Hi book besties, welcome to or welcome back to my channel. If you guys are seeing my face for the first time, hi, my name is Maya and I like to talk about books here on the internet. We finally have a proper setup for an intro for a vlog that isn't going to be overly choppy. It is going to be a little bit because you guys, I am participating in the amazing readathon hosted by Bree from Four Paws and a Book. I am on Team Lore Keepers and my team leads are Leandra and Katie. Leandra from Leandra the TBR0 and Katie from... And we are doing amazing, honestly, I feel, just based off of Discord chat. And I have already completed a book and we're going to talk about that. But first, I want to catch you guys up on the week. So this whole entire month started with me out of town, actually. I was in California. Literally, the first of the month, I was watching my group, Stray Kids, and it was a fun time and it was just amazing and wonderful. And it was just 3 days of being off and being able to go to the beach, being able to go see my boys, Stray Kids, perform, being able to visit cute little cafes and just kind of like actually relax and not have anything to do outside of that, and like literally cannot touch anything obligation wise because I wasn't even in the state to do anything, and it was much needed. It also kind of made me have to settle down, and being forced to settle down made me face some things, so I haven't been able to like vlog or talk about it because I didn't want it to just be like vlogging the struggle and then like not having any answers or whatever, or like vlogging because I felt like I had to, or that it was like an obligation for whatever video that I was going to decide to do. So I just didn't do it, and I was able to work through it, thankfully, and I was able to like learn from that and grow from that. And I do have some thoughts and feelings, but that is not for this video. I just needed to work on it off camera, and I am doing so much better now, but I needed to like not have any distractions and face that. So I had a great weekend and then I had no distractions and faced some things and grew from that, and I'm feeling more at peace and just more stable, and I'm able to come to you guys with just a better outlook. I haven't really been vlogging this entire week because of that, but I will show you guys what happens from the first going there. I'll show you guys also a little bit prior to the first of like us going there. I did like vlogging, daily vlogging basically for my TikTok, so I'll show you guys all of the footage of all of that stuff. We are up early. That's nothing new anymore. It used to be a mystical illusion, a time before 7 a.m. Now it's a daily occurrence. Anywho, we have a suitcase that we need to take downstairs and put in my car for the concert and also for the trip for Cali that we're going to be going to. So I'm going to bring you guys along for that. It's going to be a good time. Wish me luck because we are packing and dropping everything off to be rearranged to pack this evening prior to going to an 11.5-hour shift. We're fine over here. It's fine. It's gonna be great. I really need this vacation. Let's go. next day, it's Sunday, aka concert day, and it's you can move and speak.
I don't need to move and speak, I just need to move.
My mother tiptoeing around every single time the camera is on to give me silence, and I'm like, it's okay, we can edit. We went to the last bookstore. I got a singular book called Thorpe, and I'm actually going to be reading this for a readathon that literally just started today, because apparently readathons are my only motivation to read anymore. And our first destination, if you will, because it's a readathon based off of the amazing, oh shoot, it's loosely based off of a game show where people travel to different destinations and do different things in a certain amount of time. But our first destination for this readathon in this mythical world is Oz, and so we have to read a book with mostly green on the cover. Now I have a book with an all green cover that actually sounds more interesting to me than the one that I had, so I'm very happy with that newest development. And we are about to head out now for breakfast and the beach again, so you guys will be seeing that, and then I will take you guys along with us getting ready for the concert. But pretty much today is just beach and concert, and that's all it's gonna be, and I am so excited. I cannot wait. So yeah, I'm also quite nervous. Mom has never seen the stay side of me. That'll be very interesting. She's also never seen them perform, which is also going to be interesting, because if you guys know anything about K-pop, it can get a little interesting. So, pray for us. And that is everything. Okay, bye! That is all of the catching up, life updates, housekeeping things. So let's get into some books. So I believe I can say this stuff because it's already passed and it's not like giving any strategy away or anything, but our first destination of this amazing readathon, and this truly is amazing. I love this. I love how I was like, in my TBR video, I think, I'll insert my reaction, whatever, but I was like, oh, I need to be very choosy because I am a slow reader. I have read a lot of books last month. Granted, a lot of them were graphic novels, okay? But a book is a book is a book is a book, yes? So being that I have 10 books to read this month, if I want to try and do the competitive route and, you know, fulfill all the prompts and get all of the destinations, which I actually genuinely want to try doing. What my biggest plan is, and I hope this doesn't hurt my team at all, is that I am just going to be very, very choosy about the destinations that I want to actually get. Our first destination, you guys, it was Oz. I'm so happy. And the prompts went so well with it. I was just like, oh, these prompts were giving hints and we didn't even know. Although, thinking about it now, there are certain prompts where I'm just like, oh, this could be this could be anything. But like, this was so perfect. For the destination postcard, to achieve that postcard of the destination and put that little stamp on my passport here, I needed to read a book with a green cover. And as you guys know, in my TBR, or maybe you don't, let me not assume, but I did initially have Thorpe by Mary Dutton as my book with the mostly green cover that I was going to read for this prompt. But like always, my TBR changes, and that's fine. So we're just going to throw that out of frame. I did catch it so that it didn't like fall and create a thud. Like, I do live in an apartment. I am the top floor. I am not trying to be that neighbor that is just so annoying and is stomping up above you. I've heard horror stories from friends, so I choose not to be that neighbor. Anywho, the real book that I used for this prompt was Little Fires Everywhere by Celeste Ng. I do believe I have the graphic that says the points and everything. So I got 336 points, and I'm kind of upset because our team bonus is an element of family. Like, family is featured heavily. There is nothing more featured in this book than family and like all of the dynamics. But I didn't know, and I wanted to submit that book right away so that I can get to the next stop, because I actually do want that postcard as well. And I was just like, I don't know, I'll submit it anyways. And I'll just like, you know what? It's fine. I'm already late to the party. It's gonna be fine. So this was the total number of pages that were read, excluding the 50-point plus bonus of my team. It's okay. I know now. I'm so sorry, lore keepers. But it seemed like for the first leg anyway, we are very, 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 very okay. So that's fine. 5 stars, obviously. I'm going to be making a video at the end of the year with like all of my books, and I'm going to be putting up like a goddess tier, because I'm female. I'm putting up a goddess tier, and that is like the 6-star books, because I saw someone do this. I don't even remember who, so I can't even give credit. I want to. I just don't remember who said this, and I was like, oh, I need to do this thing. So it prompted this idea. But they were talking about how like they had, obviously they're just normal ratings of 1 through 5, right? Or just like DNF less than, you know what I mean. And they were talking about 6 stars, and I was just like, what in the world? Like, that got my attention because I was driving and I was listening to their vlog. It's kind of like a podcast sort of thing. So I was driving and they were talking about 6 stars. I whipped my head right up to that phone and then whipped my head right back to the street because I was like, wait a minute, I'm driving. That's unsafe. So it's okay, no one got hurt. I was fine. It was literally half a second. Anyways, so I was like listening to them explaining this concept of 6 stars, of how like we have 5 stars, but what are the top tier? Like, if you were to only recommend a certain number of books, what would those books be and why? That is your like ultimate tier. And the thing of it is like, even technically, even 4 stars could have the potential to be a 6-star quality, because even though like maybe technicality wise or something that just like held you back from giving it a 5, but you still recommend it all the time, that could also be 6 stars because that is your pick. That is the book that you are just like, regardless of the rating, this is the book. And quite frankly, there could be those really strange outlier 3 rated books that are 3-star rated books, let me put it that way, that are also 6 tier just based on like recommendation, how it made you feel. Because us as readers, and especially those of us that are on social media and do this, a lot of how I rate personally, I'm not going to speak for everybody, but a lot of how I rate it personally is it is personal to me, but then also I keep in mind the other elements when I give the ratings to you guys. And there are times where I'm just like, I rated this a 4-star, but like honestly, it was like 5-star for me personally. Or like maybe I rated it a 4-star and just personally it was a 3-star, but I can't deny that there is this certain thing about it that makes it that caliber just overall as an overarching opinion. So are we really rating it with just us in mind, or are we rating it with other people who may see our reviews and take our opinions into account? And you know, there is a reason that we explain beyond just the star rating, or at least most of us. I know that there are a few types of videos out there with ratings that are literally just the star ratings. That's why I can't get behind that on TikTok. I'm like, oh, no. I can't just do yes, no, would I recommend? I can't just do thumbs up, thumbs down. I can't just do reactionary face, because what are you saying with that face? What does that actually mean? Like, you need to explain it. And even with star ratings, like you say, oh, this was a 3 for me. Okay, so it was an average read, but your average could be my amazing, or your average could be my dumpster fire. And why did you recommend this? And can you just like never recommend me a book again? Anyways, all of that to say, I would love to do a 6-star video, like the goddess tier of all books that I have read of the year, and be like, this is why this would be on this list. Yeah, so I got my postcard for Oz, and now we are on to bestie for 4th week. I should have known when the prompt for this destination is to read a book with a violent word on the title. Can I just say, my first gut feeling was If We Were Villains by ML Rio. This is a recent book that I have hauled. But my choice, gosh darn it, is The Wicked King by Holly Black. And what do you know? I already started reading. I'm in. And I'm hooked. I think this one is going to be a better experience, because the first one I was so caught up in just like what it was marketed towards. And that is still important. I do still firmly stand on what I say. I do still think that this is something that, you know, we need to discuss further, and specifically as I'm starting to read more and more. Although, so far, it's less apparent. And honestly, the darker element of all of it, with the context and foundation of book 1, is actually so much darker than its reading. And I don't know if that scares me or not, because it was so apparent. But now we're getting further on into the story, and I'm pretty, like, in the book. I mean, 40 pages, what you gonna do? That's, like, not necessarily, like, so far in, but it's far enough, I feel. And everything that we found in book 1 is being brought over into book 2, but it's more subtle. And that kind of is a little like, oh, are we getting into that space where, you know, it's like those cartoons that you watch that have the darker, older, more innuendo-ish things that are being said, and it right over the kids' heads, but all the adults know what's going on. Should that be in books? Should that be in literature? Should that be in media? Like, these are the questions. I mean, it's already in media. It's already in literature. This stuff exists. So it is. But, like, that is the one thing about it. But I'm also having a freaking good time, because just I don't know, the way that this is written, Jude is kind of just like, I thought she was going to be that stereotypical, I'm not like other girls. No. She's like what the not like other girls trope should be. because she's like, no, I want to be like other girls. I want to be someone who fits in. I want to feel normal about this. And she has that moral compass, and she has that thing in the back of her head that's like, this is totally wrong. But then also there is this just overpowering sense of like, but I like it, so I'm doing it. And she's young. So she is that reckless. She doesn't think about those consequences as far as they could go. But there's such high stakes, and I love that. And like, no offense to anyone who is younger. And as someone who is also younger, but like also is very close to when I was even younger, I can just stand on the fact that like, yeah, okay, we think about the consequences, but sometimes we don't think too far into the consequences for it to be such a thing that scares us, because you're like, the immediate consequence is this, and it could be this, and it could be this, and we think of different scenarios that are very like short term, and we weigh our decisions based on that, and we're like, okay, let's do it because it's worth it. But then the longer term stuff comes, or the other factors that we didn't think about, and then we're just like, oh crap, now we're here. And like, that's kind of where Jude is, but also it's such high stakes to the point where I'm just like, oh, whoa. But like, it's fun. It's fun because it's literature, because we get to experience the recklessness, we get to experience the consequences, and it is not going to affect us in the slightest. And we're going to continue on with the Wicked King today, hopefully get more evidence in that. And I have work, so that's going to be fun to do as well. I do have quite a fair bit of editing that I need to get done, and some scheduling of some things for content for my lifestyle channel. I do have a lifestyle channel. If you guys want to go check that out, feel free to do so. Love the shameless promo, I know. And I think that is everything that I wanted to say. I do believe that there may be an update in the race, as it were, and that we are going to have a third destination pop up before I can even start reading for destination 2. But I did mean it. Like, I am going to be choosy about my destinations. One thing I really like about this readathon is that there are sightseeing locations, so you can sightsee if you get the prompts completed early. And then also there are certain things that she has been posting throughout each leg. This more recent one was a roadblock to post to your social media a book that just like wrecked you, but like in a good way. And so of course I posted Little Fires Everywhere, so I was able to participate in that. But the first leg, there was like this little challenge to like for 15 minutes do something that was like self-care basically, and reminded you like, hey, take a break, read a little bit, get some water, do some exercise, do your favorite hobby, go outside in nature, because nature is a thing that does still exist. To see that, I wish I could have like jumped on that trend. I technically did that. I was on the beach. I was outside. I was watching people surf and then wipe out. It was hilarious. And then I watched some people surf and do amazing. And it was very impressive. Just being out there is impressive to me, because like it could never be me, but it was just funny to watch and it was amazing. So technically, did I do that? Yes. But did I log it to count for my team? No. And I feel kind of bad, but regardless of that, we still did really well in those challenges. And so I am just like having so much fun. I can't wait to see what is next and what we do and just all of the things. So either that's going to be today or tomorrow. I feel in my gut. I could be totally wrong and it could be a week from now, but there are 10 locations, you know, so, and we're already close to the end of the week. we're on day 6. So, you know, we only have so many days in a month and time to get all of the things done, but I've just been loving it. It's been so fun. So yeah, that's what's happening. That's the catch up. That's the update. That's the reading. That's the books. That's the everything. So I'm going to shut up now and I'm going to head off to work, and I will see you guys for my next reading update. Hi guys, good morning. Okay, we are back with another update. So Unfortunately, I didn't get to read anything yesterday because I was so busy focusing on editing a video that I wanted to get out to you guys today that I didn't read. And then also too, I was just like straight just chilling because I have been just so busy, like, and even during vacation and stuff, like, we were doing a lot of things and I was like vlogging everything as well, and like that was no stress for me. Like, that was not work, that was just all fun, all vibes, all everything. But then I came back and then I had to immediately schedule everything and do all of the content, plan all of the things, and I'm just like, okay, I need to just breathe and not think about anything. So I breathed and didn't think about anything during downtime and played some games and listened to YouTube. It was a great time. But I just realized that yesterday when I introduced this video, it wasn't Thursday, it was Friday. And so we are already at the end of the week of our first week of the amazing readathon, because I go film Sundays through Saturdays, even though I don't really film on Sundays a lot of the time. I have been doing better at that, but I film Sundays through Saturdays, and then I so that I am able to post that week, and that is the week that I post to film. So it is the end of this vlog, and I have finished one book. I got a fair bit of the way through a second, so I count that as a win for us, as we are doing this together, and that is the us. So yeah, in conclusion, I have finished Little Fires Everywhere and got our team 336 points. I also did the roadblock assignment, and I believe each person that does it gets 200 points for the team. In total, we have 536 points for our team accumulated on this side of things, and we are starting our next destination. We also got our third destination, which was the capital, and yes, indeed, we did get it literally that day. So I am very excited, and I kind of really want the capital, and that is the prompt to read a book with an over-the-top cover, which is so interesting because I woke up and I was like, I might want to start this one because it seems like an easy read. It's definitely lighter. It seems like something that is going to get me back into the fantasy of things versus like the contemporary, which I love the contemporary, don't get me wrong, but it also gets me into that analytical mind. And I want something fun and light and fantasy and just not too think PC. And so I looked at that book, but I was like, okay, no, I am sticking to, like, we haven't had our third destination yet. I've already finished the first. Let's at least start on the second, which is Best Guy College, which is what I want anyway. So that was cool. And then they dropped the third location and the book for that, and I am actually very excited. That book that I have chosen is going to be Pan's Labyrinth by Cornelia Funk, based off of the movie by Guillermo del Toro. So I am very excited about that. And that is the conclusion. And also my phone is yelling at me for low storage, so I'm gonna wrap this up really fast. Thank you guys so much for watching and for joining me on this amazing week, even though I didn't really film a lot, but like I did give you guys something at least, so I hope you guys did enjoy. Stay tuned for week 2. Hopefully we'll get a little bit more vlogging in. All of everybody will be linked in the description box down below, so check that out. And I mean, I haven't said this in a while, but I'm starting to in my videos. If you guys like videos like this, please do leave a like. And if you guys want to join our little community here, you can do so by hitting that subscribe button and ringing that notification bell so you can be the first to get the newest community news hot off the presses. Thank you guys so much for taking the time out of your day, and as always, thank you guys so much for being the best bookish bestie that ever was, is, or ever will be. I'll be seeing you guys in the next video. Bye!